let's just get right into it. Obviously, the big news about the postponement. We're hearing the new date for Wilder Fury 3 is October 9th. Are those reports accurate?
Yeah, we're getting to have both networks. We, the date we're looking at, not official yet, but that's what we're looking at the T-Mobile.
Okay, so the venue will be the same. There's not going to be any change of venues.
No.
Now, how is Tyson Fury doing? Is his health okay? Has he been sick from the virus, or did he just have no symptoms? What is his health status right now?
Once he got the virus, he had chest congestion, feeling, he had symptoms which you get with the coronavirus. When I talked to him yesterday, he seemed to be recovering, but he's in the process, and he's in quarantine now until I think the end of the week or something.
Now, the reports are that he only got one of the vaccine shots and not the second one. Are those reports accurate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What had happened was he had the COVID before, sometime before. Then when he was in Miami, he got a shot. And then when we told him to get the second shot, he didn't want to do it because it was getting too close to the fight.
Okay. So, what is the testing protocol for fighters, the COVID testing protocol for fighters? How far out do they get tested in advance?
Only if they show symptoms. I mean, here he was a part of 10 guys that got COVID. And so obviously we knew he had an outbreak, and we tested everyone. If there hadn't been an outbreak, we wouldn't have tested anybody until the week of the fight.
So it's not mandated to test the fighters except like a week before the fight. Is that what the protocol is?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, do you think that that's a good protocol? Because again, there's a lot of money on the line, and right a week out seems like it's too short of a time, because you'd want to catch that a couple of weeks out, or at least.
No, because the idea that you don't catch it earlier if a guy has COVID, it sort of looks to me ridiculous, because in 90% of the cases there are symptoms.
Okay.
So if there are symptoms, you catch it when it happens.
So when the new date of October 9th was put forth, did Team Wilder have any issues with that? Did they try to ask to have the fight sooner than that, or was there a discussion at all? How did that whole conversation transpire?
They were very cooperative. Because the reason is you didn't want to hold it in August because there wasn't enough time. September, there was Canelo's fight and Joshua fighting Usyk. So the best date out there was the 9th of October.
Now, how were the ticket sales going for this event? Because I hear mixed reports. Some people say they were going great. Other people say they weren't going great. I don't know how many.
Well, we had the tickets. The house was scaled for $19 million, and we had $15 million of tickets committed and sold. So we were $4 million away from a sellout. And tickets, I mean, for example, even the night of the announcement of the COVID, we sold 200 tickets. So I was ecstatic with the way tickets had been going.
Okay.
And remember, that's without any English fans.
Okay. So, do you anticipate the fight in October? By that time, the UK travel ban may be lifted, and do you think that that would obviously?
We would certainly help. We would certainly hope that that were the case. In which case, that would guarantee us a sellout.
Absolutely.
But we're going to be close to a sellout in any event, with or without the Brits.
Now, how is Tyson Fury's training camp going? Because that's another rumor that's going out there that possibly.
The training camp was going absolutely great. And that's not secondary evidence. I saw it on my own. He was having real wars with the African heavyweight Effie and with with Jarrett Anderson. They were really getting into it.
Okay. Now, has there been any issues with the WBC? Have they voiced any concerns with this fight taking so long to happen? Obviously, circumstances got in the way of that, but throughout this whole process, did the WBC say anything? Were you in communication with them at all?
No, they've been most cooperative. I mean, Mauricio has been around long enough. I consider him a real pro.
Now let's just switch gears and talk about this Teofimo Lopez situation. There are talks that the fight is going to be possibly in Australia now, and Teofimo Lopez, his team has said that they may vacate the IBF title and just scrap this whole event, period. My question is, how would they be able to do that? Wouldn't they be liable to Trilla that they would have to fight? They signed a contract. What's going on with that whole situation?
The contract is over. Contract is over. I mean, and the rules of the IBF is that the fight can't go as late as October.
Okay. So, do you envision him vacating that title, or do you?
No, IBF is going to decide in his favor.
Okay.
He's being represented by Pat English.
So, he will not have to go to Australia, or what will he?
He will not have to go to Australia.
Okay.
He will not have to wait until October to fight.
Okay, beautiful. Because a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people do not know this.
There is a letter that was sent on his behalf by Pat English to the IBF. You might call Pat English and see if he can get a copy.
Okay, beautiful, beautiful.
The IBF, and that's respond to a letter from Trilla asking for the fight to happen in Australia in October, at the end of October.
Okay.
And you got to review that correspondence.
Okay. So if he does get past George Kambosos, are you guys going to look to straight to Lomachenko, or what will be the next fight? I know you don't. It's hard to look far ahead.
One step at a time.
Terrence Crawford, rumors that he may be fighting Cepeda. Are those rumors accurate, or do you have any other fights?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about the opponent, but I know we're going to hope to get Crawford back into action in October. We're working on that now.
Okay. So after this third fight with Fury and Wilder, if Fury wins, then that's the end of it, right? There's no more fights. There's no more contract obligations with Wilder at all.
That is correct.
Okay. And how optimistic or are you going to be looking to make that Joshua fight after this Wilder fight if Fury is successful?
Well, if Joshua beats Usyk and Fury beats Wilder, that's obviously the fight to make for early next year.
Okay. Now, do you think that Joshua will beat Usyk? How do you like his chances in that fight?
Well, Joshua's a good fighter, but Usyk is an incredible boxer. And because I'm a friend of Usyk, I've known him for years now, through Lomachenko. He's Lomachenko's best friend. I'm rooting for Usyk to win, and I think he's capable of winning. But whether he wins or not, we'll have to see in September.
Now, speaking of Lomachenko, what's next for him?
that depends. He's going to have a big fight on the date we're looking for is December 11th, which is Heisman Trophy night in Madison Square Garden.
Okay. Josh Taylor is going to be fighting the mandatory, correct?
Yes, in the end of November.
Any fights for Jose Ramirez? Potential fights that you may have on?
I was with Jose the other day, and we're talking about seeing if we can get him back in the ring in December or January, and we didn't discuss opponents.
Okay. Well, that's all I got for now, Bob. Thank you so much for the time, as always, and
Okay.
enjoy the
You're
rest of your
welcome.
day. Appreciate it.
I think.
All right.